5 unknown serial killers in America. 1. The West Mesa Bone Collector. In February 2009, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, a human femur was found protruding from the desert ground. Investigators uncovered 11 women and teens, plus an unborn child, buried in a collection of makeshift graves. 10 of the 11 victims had ties to drugs and sex work, officials said, and it was later determined that most of them were last seen alive between 2000 and 2005. An official suspect has never been named. 2. The Doodler is the name connected to an unidentified killer who targeted gay men in the Bay Area between 1974 and 1975. San Francisco police say the serial killer murdered a confirmed 6 men, possibly as many as 16, by primarily stabbing them to death and leaving them on the beach. One survivor reported meeting a slender black male between 19 and 25 years old at a diner after the bars closed. He said his assailant skillfully drew animal figures on a napkin and claimed to be attending school as an aspiring cartoonist, hence the killer's nickname. A composite sketch of the suspect prompted an unknown woman to place anonymous calls to police regarding the name and license plate number of a strong suspect, and the unnamed suspect was interviewed in 1976. Police stated in 2023, the same person interviewed by police in 1976 is still the focus of our investigation. 3. The Jeff Davis 8 is the term for 8 murder victims discovered in the bayous about 90 miles west of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The women, most of whom had connections with drugs and sex work, were discovered between 2005 and 2009. Decomposition made it impossible to determine a cause of death for all, though some had their throats slit while others appeared to have died from asphyxiation. Former strip club owner and alleged pimp and drug abuser, Frankie Richard, became a person of interest in the case, but was never officially charged. He passed away in 2020, and the case of the 8 murdered women remains unsolved. 4. The Freeway Phantom. Between April 1971 and September 1972, someone abducted, raped, and strangled 6 black girls whose ages ranged from 10 to 18 in neighborhoods around Washington, D.C. The killer taunted investigators. He had 18-year-old Brenda Woodard write a note on his behalf, later found in the coat pocket with Woodard's raped, strangled, and stabbed body. Despite efforts, the killer's identity was never learned. 5. It is widely accepted that a single killer, dubbed the New Bedford Highway Killer, was responsible for terrorizing the coastal town in southeastern Massachusetts. Between April and September 1988, 9 female sex workers disappeared, their bodies found along interstates and off-ramps, typically months after they vanished. Kenneth Ponte, a New Bedford-based lawyer, was charged in 1989 with killing one of the women, but charges against him were eventually dropped due to insufficient evidence. He was found dead in his apartment in 2010, though no foul play was suspected. Attorneys claimed another, Anthony DeGrazia, was a strong suspect in the case after he was charged in a series of attacks against sex workers unrelated to the victims. He was found dead in his girlfriend's parents' backyard in 1991, allegedly a suicide from overdosing on pills. The New Bedford slayings remain unsolved. Like and subscribe for more.